Welcome back to another custom doll video. This time I'm going to be creating a doll from a customer's artwork. I will be using this Draculaura body as a base, so I need to start by cleaning her up. I find that Q-tips are the perfect size for cleaning out the eye wells and getting in the small spaces. Her hair is going to be black, but the scalp was especially sticky this time after removing the factory hair, so I'm going to give that a wipe down too. Once everything is removed, I can prep the body. This time the customer didn't want body blushing, but I still like to trim down the seams and smooth it out. I'm going to be using this junk head to sculpt some horns. I start by marking where I want the base shape to be and cut some wire that I'm going to be using as an anchor point. I twist it into a rough shape ready to build on. I decided to lay down some scrap paper to catch any mess that this makes, and begin adding bulk to the wire to get a base that I can work from. I'm not trying to be precise here, as this is just the foundations for the moment. Once both sides are completely dried, I can go back in with smaller amounts of clay and fill in any gaps to refine the shape, smoothing it as I go. I'm looking for things like weak points, holes, or exposed wires. Once both sides have fully set, I can remove them from the head and remove any excess by sanding them down. I'm mostly just rounding out the base so that they sit flush against the head of the complete doll, but I also use this to smooth any areas that I've put too much build up on. Once sanded, I pop them back on the junk head and give them a thick coating of black paint. Now back to the original head that I've already painted in black. You can see that I've left 2 circles here to mark where I want the horns to be. It's important to remember these in this step as I'm rerouting the doll, as I need to leave those spaces clear. I'm using hair a lot longer than the intended style, so I can grab any lengths and begin lining the nape of the head. This is a massively time-consuming process, so I skipped it forward for you guys, but I start by lining the whole hairline first. Then work around in circles until I reach the top of the head. Finally, we have a full head of hair. Now I protect the new hair with an old rag and pin it in place. For the face-up, I begin by whiting out the eyes. Then blush her main areas, especially the cheeks and nose for this girl. Straight away I want to add her signature look, which is her bright red lipstick. The shade is too light, but I'm going to match it to her face later on. Now I'm working on marking out her irises. I prefer starting small and expanding out with the colour. Then I start with her eyeliner and lashes. And put a brow in there as well to see how it's going to look. It's so hard to get them symmetrical, I have to keep checking. And now I blend it in with some dark eyeshadow. Here is also where I darken up the lipstick to match as well. It's a lot easier to tweak the colours when you can see the face as a whole. Now I dot some freckles about her face. And add some white highlight to the eyes and lips for more dimension. Finally, we can gloss and add the finishing pieces. This girl has a lot of facial piercings, so after painting them metallic, I carefully stick them in place with some tweezers. This glue does dry clear, so please ignore the white blobs for now. Finally, we can unwrap her and get those horns attached. Starting by clipping the top of the hair out of the way of the holes. I use some pliers to push the wire back through the scalp, and then a blob of glue to make sure that it sticks firm. Make sure to hold it in place for a while, and then repeat on the other side. Time for her head to be reunited with her body. Very carefully I wiggle the head back on, trying not to squish the face in the process. And here she is after her haircut. Finally ready for her clothes, let's get her dressed. First I slip on the dress and the underskirt. Then add her bangles before I attach her hands. Her last accessories are a plain choker and some knee-high boots. And there we go, a cute Gothic repaint. This one was lots of fun and I really enjoyed bringing a customer's artwork to life. Thank you so much for watching and I hope that you pop by for the next video. Bye for now!